Well, welcome to the Psychic Soul Healer channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to the channel, anything of any importance and relevant to the channel you find in the description box. Today I'm going to do a reading for Capricorn. Know that energy is fluid, roles could be reversed. Just interpret the message as it best resonates. Never force anything. Now, if you happen to land on this video and you're not a Capricorn and you resonated, well, guess what? The message was for you because that's how spiritual energy works. It works like a magnet to who and what needs to hear the message, especially on my channel where I like to go just a little bit deeper. We don't look at just the surface. We like to look at the spiritual blocks, the shadows, how they play out as karmic themes, give you an opportunity to heal or to figure out how to shape shift your situation, which a lot of times is what allows you to heal, because when you shape shift something, you can change it into what you want it to be, but that means that you have to change yourself. So there's always healing required. All right, now if you're new to my channel and you want to enter into a free reading with me, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and write the word in the video. We'll see what the word in the video is going to be. I don't know what it's going to be. Let's shuffle a little bit. It's a brand new card. My deck, but it's like nevertheless, they're like as yeah. Okay. Christ consciousness. Christ consciousness is everything is derived from love and fear, right? There's only two energies, love and fear. And love is unconditional love, is what Christ depicted through his character, right? So I'm feeling as if somebody perceives you to be very evolved in the way that you think. You might be someone that coaches people. You may be someone that influences people. You may be someone that, again, is seen in the public eye. But I believe that you are, again, in connection to somebody that sees that you have high morals and character. I also feel as if you've been in your own healing process, which has allowed you to evolve into this higher state of consciousness. It wasn't like it came easy. It came through, having to heal wounds, having to go through unpleasant experiences. So, but I'm feeling like people notice this, people know this about you. And it also creates a lot of mixed feelings, and it does so because a lot of people don't do their healing. And a lot of people come more from their ego sense. If you're coming from a place of Christ consciousness, you're not coming from your ego. You're coming from the higher self. The higher self is the God part of self, which is of unconditional love. It's our connection to each other. So again, I feel as if you have a connection like that, and that's of unconditional love, which means that there's a soulmate, that there is could be a twin flame, it could be a soulmate, it could be, again, someone of this importance. And we're going to see what your person feels about you. I feel like this is a good place to start, because there is a sense of Christ consciousness. This is almost like someone putting you on a pedestal. Someone thinks that you're so pure. Someone thinks that you're so clean. Someone feels that. So we don't know what direction to go from there unless we start at the hidden truths. It's like, I don't know. Okay, I know I was a distraction from your pain. So this person that is in separation from you is like, we are so different. We are so different. And I feel like you amplify how bad this person is. That they feel that, you're so pure, you're so innocent. And they feel as if they're like a fallen angel. They feel as if their character is bad. I feel like you've taught them a lot just by the way that you live and by the way that you are. But they don't see why you would be with them. They don't feel that they're good enough. And this happens a lot of times when a person is wounded. They don't feel that they're good enough, and they actually look for things. So again, almost as if you're perceiving them how they perceive themselves. So there is a sense of I'm feeling like some of you were tied up in another relationship. So, and some of you weren't in a relationship, but taking care of other people. So, or not, or getting over a bad relationship. So you weren't really able to be present with them as much as they weren't able to be present with you, which is why they're like, I know that I was just a distraction because it's like not like you changed your life for me. It's not like it's like you were uncomfortable in the place that you were at. I wish I could share my good news with you, but they still think about this connection. They still feel you've made an impact on them. And I do believe that, again, there is a soulmate connection here. This person has not forgotten about you, but they're actually reflecting back on their behavior, how they treated you, and the type of person that you were. And I don't think that they ever did that. I left you before you could leave me. So there was a sense also like they just did never felt that you really cared about them enough. And now I'm not saying that you didn't, but if you're dealing with a broken person, if you're dealing with a person that is broken, that needed healing, that again, we have to look at the triggers to actually see like why did this person like do do that? Why did they feel as if? Why didn't they give more energy? Really, I mean, there's this connection of Christ consciousness, and this Christ consciousness is again, it's very evolved, it's of unconditional love. It's everything is derived from love and fear. So I believe again, this person sees you from that, but it amplifies their wounds. And so you want to look and see what the heck, why this person did what they did. And I want to pull from the shadow love cards too. But let's see, no bounds. Like this person like tried to like overstep their boundaries a lot of times to see whether or not they could manipulate the situation is what I feel. I feel like your person really sees who you are, that you're a person that says what you mean what you say, you walk your truth, you come from um a very like you care about like the level of consciousness that you're coming from. You try to only put out good energy. And so you're very honest and authentic. And like I said, I feel like this amplified your person's wounds. Now, that doesn't mean that they weren't attracted to you. They were very attracted to you. And I feel like they tried to manipulate the situation to like to get you to do what they wanted. So again, they have passion for you. Maybe they wanted to like hook up with you with no commitment. Maybe they wanted to be in your life without any strings attached. So again, that there was, so they would continually try to do this. And so we see that it didn't work. And because it didn't work, this is not the shadow of cards. And because it wasn't working, you know, they were like, I'm not going to be able to manipulate this situation. And so, and you're not going to like who I am because, you're not chasing me. You're not like, and I don't know why your person wanted to be chased and why your person feels that you didn't really care about them. Like I said, I just feel like they tried to overstep like their what they could get away with, like what you would do hard. And again, like, and making the relationship extremely hard. They felt like you were making it hard, where you weren't really making it hard. You wanted a relationship that was balanced. They weren't looking for a relationship that was balanced. Because I believe that their way of thinking that a relationship is balanced is if you give everything and that they don't really give anything, that you have to prove yourself to this person. And part of proving yourself is giving into what they want, when they want it, how they want it. And that's what happens when a person dates people that like allow that type of behavior and go along with that type of behavior. And I feel like your person is someone that is a player. It's again, or was a player. So you made things difficult for them. You were perceived as someone that was very serious, even though you weren't. And so now they're in a place where they're sorry about it, because it's again, there is a sense that you are a good person, but we want to know why. Why all of a sudden does your person like have this all of a sudden this epiphany? It's like our story isn't over yet. It's again, like I said, there is a sense that they still care about this connection, that they want to be in this connection. I feel like they perceive the entire connection the wrong way. And mainly again, because one person gets what they want without working for it, I feel terrible for hurting you. So I feel like the person is not used to feeling any remorse. I can see myself with you in the future. So this is why they're grieving. And they're grieving because what they're seeing is it's again that they can trust you. And that's really it's crazy. It's like I'm feeling as if your person dated people that they always got what they wanted. And so what would happen is they would get bored with that person, or they would just again lose interest in that person. There wasn't enough of that person except for whatever it was, which is if I'm hooking up with you, I only like you for one thing, and that's to hook up, and then there's nothing else. So your person would get bored, and then they would try to detach from their relationships. And what would happen is the people that they would connect to would not let them detach, would not want them to be with them. And so I believe your person comes in and plays a lot of games because it's their way of trying to figure out what they want, number one, and number two, they're not used to being in a good relationship. They're used to being in relationships that end with them like not being feeling like they could be in a relationship, like feeling smothered, feeling like just feeling as if they have to, when they're in the relationship, like they have to give up parts of themselves, that they have to do the relationship, they're always doing something for the person, that leaves a lot less time for them to do what they want to do for themselves, which makes them not want to be in a relationship, because when they try to set boundaries, it doesn't work. So your person tried to come in and set boundaries with you this time to be like, well, I'm not going to play that game. I'm not going to let the person come in and do that. I'm going to do that. So where they tried to press, and I don't think that they realized that's what they were trying to do, but they're used to people that do it. And what they realize is those people are never coming from a high moral caliber. They're like come in and they say, yeah, I'll go along with it. They degrade themselves, they go along with it, and then your person doesn't like them after a certain amount of time, after the passion's gone. And then there's all this, like drama after. And what I'm feeling is with you, you come from this high moral caliber, which means that you treat yourself in that level. You're very conscious of that, how people are going to perceive you. And this person expected you to react a certain way like everyone else, and you didn't. And so you taught them something, and they also realized that again, you come from this place, so you would never hurt them. You would never try and get over on them, that you have a life, you have dignity. And that is like where you're coming from, this real place of virtue. And it's funny, is tried to do a reading before this, and the card that I pulled was virtue. And it's like, but I dropped the deck and had to start over. So it was like, okay, like, but nevertheless, virtue, someone that sees you again of high moral caliber, which is actually the next card that I pulled for your card, for this reading, was Christ consciousness, which is a virtue. You are like, you have to live by certain moral conduct that will allow you to manifest, will allow you to attract people and situations into your life. And what it is that your person, like, it made things really difficult to try to protect themselves. And what they learned was that it backfired, and that you actually are not like everyone else, that they will never meet anyone like you, because you're coming from this very high vibration, but you are so because inevitably spirit, the universe, whatever you want to call it, God brings people into our life to teach us to heal, to get to a place of unconditional love. And we can only do that if we love ourselves. So again, what we're seeing is that your person that you were connected to needed a lot of healing. And they got the healing actually through you leaving them, standing in your truth, still vibing high, not giving up yourself. So we ask, what is the relationship? Again, we pull some cards for spiritual reasons of, like, what type of relationship? What is this person going to do? What type of relationship is this? Was there a spiritual lesson that we were supposed to learn from all this? Our love is eternal. It exists in every dimension and cannot be lost. So again, teaching your person about unconditional love. Again, even when people don't treat us right way, but I do feel that this person is a past life soulmate. They are in this life soulmate, and it's to teach you about each other, really, about unconditional love. Because when this person didn't treat you right, you didn't dummy down. You didn't fight, you didn't yell, you didn't scream, you still vibed high. You were still coming from this place of Christ consciousness, which is unconditional love. And what they see the difference because of it. It's not really of how you were in the relationship, believe it or not. They wound up realizing that you were their person because of the way that you handled this situation. Because that told them the difference between you and everyone else, is really what I'm feeling. The next solstice and equinox will bring an important shift for us. So again, your person is healing. They're healing. They're doing what they need to do to rise up to the occasion. And I believe that you coming from this high vibration, they want to match that character. They want to get themselves in a place where they are vibing that high. So that might mean they have to get certain people out of their life. They have to change things around, but they're planning on coming back. They're planning on it, but there's a sense of strategizing. Because I feel like this person likes to win. Expand your concept of what a twin flame is. It's more than romance. It's a deep soul activation to heal in order to embody love and light. And that's what I said. Like, it's like you dealing with this person the way that you did was coming from a place of Christ consciousness, because you detached with unconditional love. That person still feels the love there because it doesn't break. And again, past life, karmic mate, because that's what, again, soulmate twin flames are. And it's because they need to heal. They need to heal by transmuting what needs to be healed. And the only way that that can happen is through unconditional love. And the only way we can do that is to come from a place of Christ consciousness. And that Christ consciousness is forgiveness, it's compassionate, it's self-sacrifice, it's the character of an unconditional love. It's everything derived from that. And that's really what a soulmate twin flame is all about. It's to evolve into the highest state of consciousness, which is this Christ consciousness, which is to be able to step into your best self, your true authentic self. And that's what I see in this story. I'm going to leave that there. And this is what your person is realizing. They're realizing the connection. So expect within the next, I'd say, 8 weeks to hear from this person to come back into your life, that they're making plans to come back into your life. All right. I'll talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.